Tunisia's Prime Minister Naila Boudin holds talks with her Italian counterpart Giorgia Meloni in Tunis during the latter's visit to the debt-riddled North African country. After nearly 2 hours of talks with President Kais Saied, Meloni reiterated in a statement that Italy has been pressing for a pragmatic approach to the International Monetary Fund bailout through the European Union and G7. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said Rome backed efforts to secure an IMF bailout for Tunisia and support to tackle its growing migrant problem. She was speaking after talks in Tunis with President Kais Saied, whose country is going through a dire financial crisis, political tensions. Last October, the debt-riddled North African country reached an agreement in principle with the International Monetary Fund for nearly $2 billion, but discussions have since stalled. The IMF has called for legislation to restructure more than 100 state-owned firms, which hold monopolies over many parts of the economy and in many cases are heavily indebted. But Saied again rejected what he calls the diktats of the IMF before a loan is granted, his office said, even as the country struggles under crippling inflation and debt estimated at around 80% of its gross domestic product. After nearly 2 hours of talks with Saied, Meloni reiterated that Italy has been pressing for a pragmatic approach to the IMF bailout through the European Union and G7.